make sure that you all going to install the Power BI desktop and then SQL Server, because this is very important. Okay, before you attend any training, make sure that you install the necessary softwares and the tools. Okay. Okay, I'll put you all in mute. And okay, I guess a few of you have already installed it, right? Okay, quickly go to the google.com. Okay, go to your browser and type download Power BI desktop for Windows. What I will do is, in the interest of time, okay, what I will do is, yeah, download Power BI desktop for Windows. See, what we are going to do is, in today's session, we are going to take a look at how to install Power BI desktop, SQL Server, and then SSMS. This is nothing but SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, and these are the three software we need to install it. Did you guys install these three software? I think all of you have installed it. I think except Sanoj and Sundar, right? Sanya already, she confirmed. Sushmita, Swarna, they already confirmed they installed it. So if you have not yet done it, please do it now itself. This is very important. Don't postpone it. Okay. Please start your laptop if you have connected via your mobile phone. Sanoj Kumar installed Power BI and SQL, excellent SQL Server, right? How about Sundar Babu? It's already available with me. Excellent, excellent. Then since you both installed it already, good that SSMS is pending. Okay. So what you do is, Sundar, you just type download SSMS for Windows. Okay, just type download SSMS for Windows. You can do it now itself, isn't it? I hope you all connected the Zoom meeting via your laptop. Am I correct? So type download SSMS for Windows, and then when you hit the or when you press enter, you can find the downloadable link at the top of the search list. Just click on this, download SQL Server. See, I'm talking about Microsoft SQL Server, okay, not the MySQL. All right, Microsoft SQL Server, download SQL Server Management Studio. And if you scroll down in this page, you will find the link here, free download for SQL Management Studio. So just click on this, it will initiate the download. Look here, it initiated the download. It will take for a while. Let me just see. Yesterday I installed it, and whether it got crashed, everything. I think yes, all the databases would have gone. I created the databases in the past. Anyhow, let it be there. You will create everything from the scratch. So I just open the SQL Server Management Studio. If you've already installed the SQL Server Management Studio, anyhow, let us wait for some time. Let Sundar download this one. Let him install it, and then we will discuss about the SQL Server Management Studio. This is release number 18.12.1. You just remember the version. Okay, you don't have to remember the release and all. 18.12 or something. 18.x, you can see that. In the case of interview, they might ask you these kind of questions as part of screening. What kind of version, which version that you used in SQL Server, and this one. The download is in progress. Why don't you ask your friend also join this session, Sanoj? You can share the meeting link, ask him to join. No? Let him also benefit and save his time. Download and install it if possible. It's still downloading it. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Yes, the SSMS got downloaded. I hope the same is with you, right? Sundar, you have downloaded this one. Am I correct? Or if you want to do it later, you let me know, okay, so that we can proceed. So the databases, everything got crashed. Done, sir. Excellent. Okay, SSMS done. Pending. Okay, done. Right. Excellent. And here I just click on it once. Prema. So I think you too completed SQL Server, but SSMS is pending, right? I just click on the exe file, the downloaded SSMS exe file, and then hit the S button, and then next one is it will open the installation window. Okay, mistakenly open. Okay, not this one. Okay, cancel it. This is the one. So in my case, it says uninstall. Already I installed the SQL's SSMS software. Hence, I don't want to install it again. Okay. So in your case, it will be, you will find the install button here. Okay. You just hit the install button and then it will take you to the next page. In the next page, you will find something called accept. When you accept it, it will take you to the next screen. In that screen, you will find install. Just hit the button install. That's it. You will find the installation progress bar. Okay, and it will take for a while. After a while, you will find the installation was successful. Once you find that message, you just click on close. That's it. And after that, you just go to your start button and type SSMS, and then click on this one. You will find Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. You don't have to go to the SQL Server. Instead, you can go to the SSMS upfront. And here we write the SQL queries, we create the database, everything. Okay. You just click on this, it will launch your SQL Server Management Studio. So in my case, I already launched it. Yeah, good that my database are still there. Okay. So these are okay, I just show you how to connect once again. So let's say you are SQL Server Management Studio. When you click on it, it will get launched. And then here you will find the server type, server name, authentication. Don't do anything here. Don't do anything here. Simply click on connect. It will get connected. Okay, and you will not find all these databases because I have created these databases because for different batches, I create different databases. Okay, and that's all. So now we are all set. Anyhow, we are going to take a look at this little later, and you can probably minimize it. Okay, in case you are getting any error connecting to SQL Server, you let me know now itself. Or else you just take a screenshot and send it to me. Probably we will discuss it later sometime. In the interest of time, we will proceed with the Power BI desktop now. Okay, the theory part, and then side by side we will work on the hands-on part. So what I am going to do is I am going to type the Power BI desktop and the next to the start button. Okay, and Power BI desktop. I am going to click on this one. I'm going to launch the Power BI desktop. You need to type this one and then click on this one, Power BI desktop. It will take for a while. Don't worry about this. Okay, I'm just searching a file here, which I created for other batches. This is SQL. And until this one get launched, right, side by side, let us look at this one. No, you are getting error, Sanoj Kumar. Okay, you just share the good that. Okay, SSMS or JPG. He is getting some error, it seems. Okay. So I can see a blank screen. Okay, let us wait for. Oh, okay. Yes, you're all set, Sanoj Kumar. Sanoj Kumar took a screenshot of his SSMS. Then he shared it with me. Excellent. You did a good job. Okay. So now what you do, just minimize your SSMS. Okay. And then we'll take a look at how to connect to SSM a little later. Okay. So work need to drop off, shall watch the video later. Okay, Sundar, no problem. Carry on. Okay. You can watch my video. Tonight we'll share the videos. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. So now the Power BI desktop is being launched. Welcome, Sundar. It's a bit slow, the Power BI. Okay, but especially when you open your Power BI desktop with the SSMS already open, it will take some time. Okay, Power BI desktop, but you need to have a lot of patience. Okay, Dino. Yeah, yes, now the Power BI desktop got launched. So when the Power BI desktop get launched, right, you will find a welcome screen, something like this. Okay. So 1 second, let me just do one thing. It's very interesting tool, Power BI desktop, right? And here you just move this down, and I'm going to click on this cross thing because I don't need the welcome screen. You just click on the cross icon. Now the welcome screen disappeared. 1 second, guys. Somebody's calling a student. 1 second. Okay, desktop. What you see is the Power BI desktop. Okay, and I just close the welcome screen. And in this Power BI desktop, there are three components are there. The first component is your 1 second. The first component is your the three components. One is the report canvas. So what you are seeing here, right? So what you are seeing here, this is the report canvas. Okay, this is where we drag and drop these visuals. These are the visuals. Okay, and you have column chart and bar chart. stacked column chart and bar charts are available. When you click on it, this one will get dragged into this report canvas. Here we create the report visuals, the charts and all. Will place it here and we will create the report. So this is one component. What is the second component? The second component is Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor, and the third component is your the Power Pivot. So they call this a report view, and they call this as a model view. Model view. Okay. See, Power Pivot, a report canvas, Power Query. These three things you need to remember it. Okay. Very simple to remember it, isn't it? So you have only three components as part of Power BI desktop. What you are seeing currently is the report canvas. See, look here, the report view. See, on the left side, you can see the three icons. And this is the one is nothing but what we are seeing, the report canvas, the first component. The other component, Power Pivot, if you go to the third icon, right, this is what Power Pivot, this is where we do the data model design. This is table, all the tables, we create the relationship. Between the tables, we create, so this table and this table, we create a relationship. The line, the link between these two tables are called relationship. This is where we do the data model design using Power Pivot, right? In the Power Pivot, we do the data model design. This one will take a deep dive later point in time. Okay. The first one is report canvas, second one is the Power Pivot, and the third one is the Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor, where can I see that? That is not available here. You need to go to the transform data, click on the transform data icon. This is what your Power Query Editor. This is where we do all kind of data transformation, data cleaning, data reformatting, reshaping data, everything we do it here. So what I do is I click on this, the icon symbol. I'm going to minimize this for the time being. And now you understood three components. One is report canvas. Second one is, the other one is model, the Power Pivot. Okay, and third one is the Power Query Editor. Remember this. In Power Query Editor, we do the data cleaning, everything. Okay. But here, in the case of report canvas itself, right, in the home ribbon, just under, if you click on the home ribbon and get data, in this you will find all kind of connectors. I just want to click on the text or the CSV connector because I have a CSV file. What is the CSV file? I'll just show you. I just click on this one. Currently, we are in this folder. Then you have something called sales underscore W04.csv. Okay, I just hit the open button here. So I'm going to load the data from this file. This file is available in my Windows operating system in the folder D drive D.1, D:.1. In that folder, I have this file. I want to load this data into my Power BI desktop. Why should I load that data into my Power BI desktop? Once I load the data into my Power BI desktop, I can create the reports. To create a report, obviously, you need to have the data, isn't it? So, okay, now what happened when I clicked on open, right, the sales W04.csv, the preview window, data preview window got opened, which means the entire data of this file was not loaded. Just some data, a few data of this file got loaded here. This is just for our preview. Now let us just scroll towards the end, the right side, and take a look at what are the columns are the sales, quantity, discount, profit. Okay, all the columns are there, and row.id, order date, all these columns are available here. Excellent. But one thing what I see here is in the first row, null is there and blank values are there. And if I scroll towards the end, null, nothing is there, right? Null is nothing but blank value. We don't see any values in the first record. So with that, we can understand that this row is not required. We can remove it. So this is kind of a cleaning. Okay. So I'm going to remove the first record because it is of no use. And also when I scroll towards the right side, I can see that in the sales column, along with the number value, right? The dollar was prefixed. So what I do is I simply hit the load button. Okay, but there are three buttons are available: cancel, it will not load the data. Okay, if you hit this one, don't do this. And second one is load and transform data. Transform data is nothing but your power query. It's kind of a kitchen. This is where we do all kind of data transformation. Now what I do is simply I'll hit the load button. First thing is I wanted to load the data, and then I will do the data cleaning, everything later. So now the data loading is in progress. Power BI desktop is establishing a connection with my CSV file. In this case, the file name is sales underscore W04. Sales W04. The data from this file, is being loaded now. 5.75 MB from sales W04.csv. That is the one we are seeing it. 5.75 MB. And then here, file explorer. I just go to the operating system, and then we will take a look at that file out there. Here, in the D drive, I have the DAT1 folder. W04. Yeah, 5.7 MB, right? So this file got loaded here, the file size. Now the question is, where can I see? Now, I don't see any progress bar, nothing. So where can I see whether the file got loaded with the data or not, or whether the data file sales and W04 W04.csv got loaded? How do I make sure that whether that file, where it got loaded in my Power BI desktop? On the right side. So here, on the right side, you will find the fields pane. Just beneath the fields pane, you will find the sales underscore 0. This is the file we loaded, wasn't it? Okay, the file got loaded. By looking just beneath the fields pane, we can make sure the file got loaded here. Okay, and what is the next step? Okay, the file got loaded, and what columns are there? What are the columns got available in this file? If I want to see that, you need to click on this greater than icon. Okay, just click on this, it will get expanded. You can see all the columns that belong to the sales underscore W04 file. Okay, all the columns are available that are part of the sales underscore W04. The next question is, okay, where can I see the data? That is where you have another icon called the data view. So this is what your data view. When you click on this icon, you will find the data that belongs to this file. You can find it here. The data for this file, you can find it out here. It will take some time to load the data. Okay. Initially, you will find blank here. That doesn't mean the data was not loaded. You need to wait for some time. Now the data got loaded in this, right? So cool. Now, in the report canvas, I can see that the file name and the columns that belongs to the file name. If I want to see the data, I need to switch to the data view. Yes, here I can see that. Here also, if you expand it, you can see all the columns. And here also you can see the column names, right? And supposing if I want to see the data type of this column, for example, quantity is a column, I just click on this quantity column. Look here on top of this here itself, I can see that the quantity is here, the column name, and the data type of this column is whole number. This column is a whole number, which means integer. So the same thing is applicable to all the other columns. When you click on this column here, right, it will, this menu will come. Here you will find the column name and the corresponding data type, and then the summation for all the numeric number column, right? The summarization function sum is the default one. The sum, right? It will be done sum automatically for this columns. Okay. So you can find out the data type for each column in the data view itself. And then the next question is how many number of records got loaded here? How can you see that? How can you say that? Just beneath this, you will find this one. Okay, look here. And sorry, there is a problem with my thing here. So look here, 25,007. Right? So 25,007 records got loaded. Now we got the answer where to check, the file which got loaded into my Power BI desktop, and also where to check the columns that belongs to what are the columns got loaded as part of the file. You can see it. Where can I check the data? When you click on the data view, you can see the data here. And on top, if you want to see the data type, you just click on the column name, and then this menu will appear. Here you can see the data type for each column. Okay, and then if you want to know the total number of records, and if you see here at the bottom, you can see that. Okay, is that clear? Okay, the next one is I just go here, and the next thing is what I could see here is you can see the sigma notation here, right? This sigma here, this is called sigma, and this is called sigma. During school time, you would have learnt about this term, right? The sigma and sigma. So the columns, the number columns, next to the number column, you can find the sigma sign, which means these columns are, will get aggregated automatically, right? The default aggregation function is sum, minimum, maximum, sum, count. These are the examples for aggregation function or summarization. Okay. The next one is what I'm going to do is so okay, if I want to rename the column or table, how can I do that? Just click on this file name, and then here what I do is week 04 sales. So week 04, okay. So in a year we have 12 months. Okay, I say this is January month, week 4 sales. So I'm going to give some meaningful name here. So Feb month also you have 4 weeks. And in that case, to identify week 4 sales data is related to Jan or Feb, right? Give some meaningful name here. Okay, we are done with. So now you learned how to rename a file name. And instead of saying file name, look here, next to the file name, you will find the icon, table icon. Okay, in Power BI desktop, what happens is, irrespective of the type of the file you load it will consider everything as a table. Okay, this is a comma separated value file. Look here, and if I go to the operating system, this is the file I loaded, right? When I keep the cursor on top of this file name, you can see that inside a rectangle Microsoft Excel comma separated values file, the size is 5.74 MB, date modified, we can see that. So this is a Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. What do you mean by comma separated values file? When you open the file, you will find that the columns, each column is separated by comma. Look here, I just opened it. It takes some time because 25,000 records are there. Each column is separated by comma. Look here, row.id, comma, order ID, comma, order date, comma. This comma helps us to understand where the new column starts. Okay, for example, this data, right? This data belongs to this column. And then once, followed by this, we have a comma sign. Just give me a second. Okay, and so this comma helps us to understand which value belongs to which column. So 3298 belongs to row.id, CA2012 belongs to order ID, and this one, right? So each column is separated by comma. It is also called as a delimiter. What is that? Delimiter. Delimiter. Yeah, delimiter. The delimiter is comma here. Remember that. Because these are the terms used by the Americans. Okay, when you work in the real-time project, the end of the day, every day you will have a status call with American people or UK people. They will use this. And what is the delimiter that you use? In this case, we have used the comma delimiter, right? So to understand, to separate the columns. Okay, hence this is called CSV file. The file name end with .csv, comma separated values. The file in comma separated. Okay, fine. I just loaded the file and right. And this is a CSV file. If I load JSON file, or if I load XML file, or if I load Parquet file, or if I load any .txt file, you load any type of the file. End of the day, Power BI will consider all of them as a table. Okay. It is something like, so let's say in your family, you have two kids already. And today, you are blessed with a new baby. You in to three, irrespective of the fact that how many number of kids you have it in your house, right? All of them are considered Indian citizen. It's something like that. Okay. You load any type of file, it will be considered a table. Okay. In Power BI. Got it? So, okay, the next thing is I just go to the model view. I just click on this icon. This is what your Power Pivot. This is where you can see the table here. So this looks like a table, isn't it? So here this is where we do a data model design. Since we have loaded only one file, we don't have to create the relationship and all now. Okay, working with one file is very simple. Look here, you can see all the columns. Whatever the columns that you see, it is the same thing, but the way how it appears is different. That's all. But here you cannot see the data. If you want to see the data, you can see it here. If you want to see the relationship, then you need to go to the model view. Got it? Okay. The next one is Power Query Editor. Click on Transform Data. I already opened the Power Query Editor. Look here. This is the one. When you click on the here, the transform data, if you click on the first one, it will open the Power Query Editor like this. Here you can see that the table which we load, the file which we loaded, right? The week 04 Jan, it appears here also. But the file, this file is considered as a table when it comes to Power BI desktop. In the case of Power Query Editor, the same table is considered as a queries, because it is a Power Query Editor, right? So all the tables are considered as a query here, Power Query Editor, right? So queries. Okay, let it be there. And the right side, you can see that all the columns, whatever you have seen it in the data view, here, right? Whatever you have seen it here, the same thing you are seeing it here also. But the difference is, next to each column, you will find the ABC 1, 2, 3, and 1.2, something like that. What is this ABC? It tells me this column is a text data type. The 1, 2, 3 tells me this column is a whole number. The data type of this column is whole number. Okay, what other data types are there? And if you scroll towards the right side, look here next to the profit, you can see 1.2. It is not 1, 2, 3, it is a 1.2, which means profit column has the decimal values in it. Similarly, discount column as a decimal. Look at 0.1, 0.1845, 0.765 decimal values. Fine. And if you click on this icon, you'll find all the data types that are available in Power BI desktop. Decimal number, okay, and then fixed decimal number, whole number, percentage, date, time, duration, text. These are the data types that are available. So the true false is nothing but your binary data type, by the Boolean type, okay? Boolean values, true or false. Okay, now we understood what the data types that are available in the Power Query Editor. How can I check that? If you click on, you can see that. All right, it's cool. Next one is on the right side. You will find something called applied steps. Okay, and these are the steps automatically carried out by Power Query Editor. The moment when you open the Power Query Editor, you will find source, promote header, change type, everything. The data type for each column got assigned automatically by Power Query Editor. Fine, everything is fine. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we will do some kind of simple data transformation or data pre-processing. See, to create a report, what we need a data. Having a data alone not sufficient. The data should be clean. It should be in the, it should be available in a required format, right? So what we are doing is we just scroll towards the left side. But when I look at the sales column, sales column is supposed to be a number data type. But the Power BI, while reading the file, sales underscore W04.csv file, it assigned the text data type to the sales column. Whereas the quantity and discount and profit, it assigned the correct data type, decimal value, all the thing is fine. But in the sales column, it assigned the text data. Why? It's supposed to be 1.2, wasn't it? 1.2 or 123, something like that. In general, the sales values are in decimal, right? Dollar is there, very good, right? So next to the number value of the dollar, okay, the dollar is there. Because of dollar values, prefixed along with the number, it consider the entire sales column. It assigned the entire sales column as a text data type. Now, how do I clean this one? Actually, I want to convert this as a decimal number data type. I can click on it here. Click on decimal number. That's it. It will get converted to decimal number. The problem is here we have text value is there. So what I do is I just keep the cursor over here, right click on it, replace values. Like how we do it in Excel, the same thing. Okay, you just right click on it. Okay, refresh your query. Okay, it is still loading something. Let's wait for a few seconds. And then what I just click on the transform and here. Okay, here the home. Okay, if you go here home, refresh preview. Okay, let us refresh it. Let's wait for a few seconds. It will take some time. Okay. There is something odd here. I don't know why it takes. It is refreshing the data. Let's wait for some time. Or let me do one thing. I'll just close it now. And then I will open it. I'll click on the home ribbon, transform data and transform data. When I click on it, it'll take me to the Power Query editor. In the Power Query editor, you can see it here. And then I just move towards the right side and then with the sales column. It is there here. I just right click on it, replace values. Here I just type dollar and replace the dollar by nothing. Since it's a text data type, if you don't specify anything, it is considered as an empty string. When I hit the OK button, what happens here is it removed the dollar. It replaced the dollar by empty string. Now, the dollar got removed. Now I can go here and click on decimal number. It will get considered decimal data type. But if you scroll down, you will find something called NE. What does this NE says? Not available, which means blank values are there. So wherever the blank values are there, it assigns the NE for it, the Power BI. Okay. So now what I do is I will replace the NE also by some value like 0 or some numbers. Click OK. Good. We did what we did. We just removed the dollar by replacing the dollar by empty string, and then we replace the NEA values by 0. So these are the two steps that I carried out. So all these steps are registered under the applied steps. Right, if you see the applied steps, all the steps. The first step is I replace the dollar by empty string. The second step, I replaced the NEA by 0 here. Look here, in the formula bar, it automatically generates the M language for the corresponding action that I took it. What action I took it here? I just right clicked on it, replace values, I selected it, and then I typed NEA, the replace with what? 0. So I just pointed, all we do from outside, right? As a developer, what we are doing is just point and click. That's all, replace the values. But behind the scene, the Power Query editor generates the M language, like table dot replace value. What Power Query editor says, right? Hey, you don't have to write the script, whatever the step that you do it. Okay, for all the steps that you carry, you don't have to write the M language. I will write it on my own. You just enjoy by right clicking on it and click on replace values, and then you just type the value that you need to replace it, and then which value to be replaced, right? So you just do it behind the scene. For my understanding, I will generate the M language. Pretty cool. Okay, my life is it made the developer life easier. Even the business analyst who doesn't have programming background, he can also do the data transfer, isn't it? Like how he does it in Power the Excel sheet. The same thing can do it here. But the point that needs to be noted down is in the applied steps, right? It noted down, it recorded the steps whatever we carried out. So these three steps carried out automatically by Power Creator once you load the data into the Power BI desktop. When you open the Power Creator, these three steps will be done automatically. We did not do that, right? So we just carried out these two steps. What are the steps that you carry out? Which means what are the data transformation that you do it here? That steps will get recorded here under the applied steps. It's something like a CCTV in your apartment or in your home. Let's say you have a CCTV, and or in your office you have CCTV, right? When you watch the CCTV, how it shows. So this person, so and so person entered by 10 a.m. After him, the other person entered the apartment. After that, second guy, third guy. It so like how the CCTV captures the same way. Power Query editor in the applied steps pane, it will capture all the steps whatever we carry out in sequence. Okay, why it should carry out these steps? Why it has to register or record these steps just under the applied steps? Because in Power Query editor you cannot use Control Z, Control Z. For example, in the notepad, if I type something here, and let's I just deleted this. After deleting this, I realize, oh man, I need that value. When you press Control Z, it will undo the action that you carried. What action I carried out? I pressed delete here. I want to undo this, which means I want mistakenly I deleted it. I need that original data, right? Control Z. But in Power Query Editor, this Control Z feature is not available. Okay. And also the other advantage is what, let's say in this case, we have only two steps we carry. In real-time scenario, let's say you have 15 to 20 steps are there. Which all steps, what action that we carry out. If you want to see it, you can go. For example, if I click on this one, here I replace the dollar by empty string. And if I click on this, okay, I replace the NA by 0. Okay, cool. This is what I did. Okay, in case of any confusion later point in time arises, you can go and verify it here. That is one advantage. Other advantage, you can undo the changes whatever. For example, I'm going to remove this column. Select the row.id because this column is not helpful for my reporting purpose. Right click on it and then I removed it. Look here, even for this, it recorded that step. So in this step, you can see that remove columns, row.id. Which column I removed it? Row.id. Table.remove columns is a M language related function. You can probably remember a certain function because the interview they'll ask you this one also. Table.remove columns. And here I removed the row.id. Okay, fine. So now I realize, oh, no, man, I made a mistake here. I should not have removed this column. What will you do? If you go here, next to this step, you will find the cross mark here, kind of X, right? And if you click on this, it's kind of your Control Z. Let's say, after you deleted the row.id column, and if you think now, no, I need that column also. How can I get that column back? Just next to this step, click on the X mark here. When you click on this, it's kind of your control is that. Look here, and I just click on it. Look here, I got my column back, row.id. This is equivalent to your control is that. Got it? Okay, the next question is, why should I remove a column here? Can't I remove it here? Can't I remove it here? Here also the option is when you right click on it, you will have an option called delete. You click on delete, this column will get deleted. So why can't I delete it here? Why should I delete it in the Power Query Editor? Can someone tell me? Let me see how many of you can give me the correct answer. See, in the data view itself, you can delete a column. In the day and Power Query Editor also you can delete a column. Okay, why it is recommended to delete a column or whatever the transfer you do it in the Power Query Editor. That is the recommended one. The reason is if you go and delete it here, you can do it. But if I delete it here, you will not get this column again back. Later point in if you realize, oh man, I made a mistake. I should not have deleted this. I want row.id column should also be available. Once you delete it here, it will get deleted from your model. This is what your model. Okay, row.id. Okay, it will get removed permanently. Okay, but whereas here you have this option applied steps, right? Next to that, you have the cross symbol icon. When you click on this, it will undo the change which you made it. What was the change that I made? I removed the column. Look here, I just removed the column. This is the step I carried out. And if I want this column to be back again, click on this one, the cross sign, so that this step will get removed and it will take you to the previous state of the data. So, okay, fine. Now I just remove the row.id, let it be there. Next step, what I'm going to do is I just click on the file ribbon. You have three options here, close, apply, close, and apply. If you click on close, whatever the step that you carry, it will not get applied permanently on your model. But when I click on apply, all these steps will be applied on my data model, which means it will be applied permanently. Okay. It's something like, how many of us, the RDBMS, SQL? Yes, on commit and roll back. Commit is something like it will make the changes permanent. Okay. All right. And the next one is close and apply. So here, okay, I don't need Power Query Editor. I want to close it. And at the same time, all these steps, whatever I carried out, me and Power, right, this one needs to be applied to my model. See, what is happening here is your data are loaded in memory. In the memory, all these steps apply. Okay, it removed the column, it replaced the value, everything it has done in the memory. So now what I'm saying is, okay, all the changes that I made it in memory, make it permanent to my model. Got it? Okay, now I don't need this Power Query Editor. I want to close it, but before closing it, I want to make sure that all these steps, whatever I can, it should apply to my model permanently. I just close and apply. And here the row.id will disappear because we removed it there, wasn't it? And if you go back here, you will not find the row.id, right? You will not find. Okay, now even though I made this changes to look here, even you will not find the row.id in this model. It got removed from the model itself, row.id. But if I want that column back again, still you can go back to Power Query Editor. And then what you do is you can undo the change. Okay, remove columns. I just click on it. Look here, I got my row.id. If I go and close and apply, the row.id column, you can get it back. That is the advantage of using Power Query Editor. Whatever the changes you make it, which you wanted to revert it later point in time, the Power Query Editor is very much helpful. But if you delete the column here, you will not be able to look here. The row.id column is available here, right? This is the one I deleted it, right? In the Power Query Editor. and then I have done the I undone the removing of the column. So I got my row.id back in the Power Query. And also when I clicked on close and apply, now the row.id, I was able to retrieve it. So these are the basic things you should be aware of it. Okay, so the next step is the next interview question is, okay, I want to save this file. Save it with something like day one. In this batch, I say Jupyter batch, and I say day one, the CSV and SQL files. I just save this file. Okay, look here on top, you can see the name of this file, report file name, the day one Jupyter CSV SQL files. Okay. And here, if you want to see the extension of this file, if you go to the operating system, you'll find this one. Day one Jupyter. The extension of this file is .pbx. The Power BI desktop document. Okay, Power BI desktop document. So the .pbx extension. What is the extension of this file? PBX. Okay. In some cases, the PL300 exam, they will ask this one also. Okay, it'll be a little bit tricky. We have something called PBIT extension is also that, which we'll see it later. Okay, and okay, the next thing is, if I go to the data view, okay, I can see all the data here. Now the question is, where this data get stored. See, I loaded the week sales w04.csv file into my Power BI desktop. Okay, it got loaded here. If I share this report to you, do I need to share the data file also to view the reports, whatever I created it? Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily, because once you load the data using your Excel file or CSV file, the import connectivity mode, okay? So it will load the data into your Power BI desktop itself. But if you want to do some kind of data transfer and everything, obviously you need to use the data file. Now the question is, okay, someone shared this report to me in the email. I downloaded this report in my laptop. How do I know what data files that they used it in this report file? You just click on the transform data. You'll find something on data source settings. You just click on this. Here you'll find the location. Priyanka, just hold on for a minute, okay, and then we will resume our thing, okay. And here you will find the file names that files that were used in your Power BI desktop. Okay, with this you can understand. Okay, this file is required in order to run this report and all. So what you need to download this file. I will share the link, everything. Okay, you can go ahead and download it after the session, and then you keep this file under this folder. And if you say, no, sir, I don't have D drive, I have only C drive. The C drive, you create a folder. And in that folder, you keep this file. And then what you need to just open, click on this change source. And here you need to specify your path. Okay. C colon data. Let's say you have created in the C drive data folder. In this folder, you copy this file. It is available in my website. I will share it later. Once you keep it here, and if you click on OK, then it will work for you. Got it? Fine. Okay. So the next batch, started now. What we will do is, Sanoj, we will continue tomorrow. Okay. And Sanoj and others. Okay. Tomorrow you can probably drop off now. And Priyanka and Panchal, you can stay here. We will continue from where we left off. Okay. Sanoj, you can probably drop off. Okay. I will share this video. Okay. Don't worry.